Your outcomes in life are a lagging measure of your habits. When we want to change something in life, we try to change the outcome, when instead what we should be changing is the habits that precede the outcome. Because the actions you repeat are the actions that shape your future. And that is the part most people do not want to face. They hate their results, but they keep protecting the habits that created them. They want a different life, but they keep living the same routine. And then they wonder why nothing changes. They wonder why they feel stuck. But your life is not stuck. It is responding to your habits. The result is only the signal. The habit is the source. If the result is weak, the system behind it is weak. If the outcome keeps disappointing you, then you need to change the inputs that lead to that outcome. You do not rise because you want better. You rise because your daily actions start producing better. A goal can point you in the right direction, but a goal does not carry you there. Habits and systems do. Repeated action does. That is why so many people can want the same thing for years and still never move closer to it. They obsess over the outcome. They imagine the body, the money, the respect. But they never build the system that would naturally produce it. They want the harvest, but they do not respect the daily planting. And then, when the goal stays far away, they think they need more motivation. They do not. They need better habits. Rather than making the goal the thing you focus on, concentrate on building the system. Make the habits the focus. Then check in on the goal occasionally to see if you are moving in the right direction. Because the goal tells you where to go, but the system is what carries you there. The goal is not useless. In fact, this is a crucial part of the process. You need to know the direction, and that is exactly what the goal provides. But if all you do is stare at the destination, you will keep missing the road under your feet. You do not become successful by staring at a number. You become successful by repeating the habits of a disciplined and focused man. That is where change begins, in the repeated action that looks too small to matter. That is why habits are so easy to dismiss. They rarely look powerful in the moment. 1 or 2 workouts will not transform your body, but working out for 100 days consistently will. That is how people misunderstand the power of habits. They judge the action by what it does today. But habits are not powerful because of what they can do if done only once. They are powerful because of what they become when repeated. Small habits look invisible until they become your life. One wasted evening does not feel like a future being lost. But repeated long enough, the invisible becomes visible. The habit becomes the result. The result becomes the identity. The identity becomes the life. And that works both ways. Every good habit may look small today, but it is casting a vote for the man you are becoming. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you cast a vote for being the type of man who can control his attention. But every time you break the promise, you cast a vote too. A vote for the old identity. A vote for the life you say you are trying to escape. That is why every action matters. Every action teaches you who you are. That is the deeper power of habits. They do not just build results. They build identity. Because true behavior change is identity change. The real goal is not just to run a marathon. It is to become a runner. Because if you only chase the goal, you may stop once the goal is reached, and your habits will fall apart. But if you become the identity, the behavior continues because it is no longer something you are forcing. It becomes who you are. At first, it may not feel like you. That is normal. A new habit will often feel foreign because you have not lived in that identity long enough. The disciplined choice may feel uncomfortable because the old identity still expects the old reward. But repetition builds territory. The more you show up, the more that space starts to feel like it belongs to you. The habit stops feeling like a costume, and it starts feeling like home. That is how a man changes. But this is where most people fail. When people start something new, they feel out of place, or as though they don't belong. Or some people just want the new identity before they have put in the work. But what you must understand is that the feeling comes after the proof. You do not wait to become the type of person who does the habit. You do the habit until you become the type of person. You do it uncomfortable, even when you feel out of place. That is the price. And the price must be paid in the present. Because good habits ask you to pay now. Bad habits let you pay later. That is why bad habits feel easier in the moment. The cost is hidden. The comfort is immediate. The pleasure is close. The consequence is far away. A bad habit does not always punish you today. That is what makes it dangerous. Bad habits are patient. They collect interest. And one day, your future self will pay the price. A price you will regret paying. But good habits work the opposite way. They cost you now. You will be asked to make the hard choices today. And at first, the reward is small, sometimes invisible. Sometimes nothing seems to be changing. But good habits are patient too, and they also collect interest. And one day, the future pays you back, and the reward you receive is always bigger than the effort you put in. But to get to this point, you need to make the hard choices today and delay gratification to a future point in time. Delayed gratification is not just discipline. It is vision. It is the ability to care more about the man you are becoming than the comfort you could feel right now. It is the ability to say, I could take the easy reward today, but I am building something that requires a stronger choice. And when you learn to find satisfaction in that, everything changes. The action itself becomes rewarding because it confirms the identity you want. You begin to feel good, not because the result has arrived, but because you acted like the man who deserves the result. And that is powerful. Because now, the habit is no longer punishment. It is proof. Proof that you are changing. Evidence that the old version of you is slowly disappearing. This is why you cannot despise slow progress. Most people see the summit and underestimate the mountain. They want quick transformation, quick success. But a meaningful life is not built like that. There is no shortcut for the slow process of improving yourself. It is a lifelong journey. So stop rushing the process. You are not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Everyone's journey is different, so comparing your progress to someone else's is a waste of time. If progress feels slow, you may simply be in the compounding stage. This is the stage where the work looks small, the stage where the habit still feels awkward. But don't run from this feeling. Stay there. That is where the foundation is laid. And if you stay long enough, something starts to shift. Your standards change. The old habits start to unwind. The new identity becomes easier to believe. And suddenly the thing that once required force begins to feel natural. And that is the goal. To build habits so deeply ingrained into your life that they no longer depend on emotion. Habits that are second nature. That is when you start becoming a master at your craft. So look at your life honestly. Do not only ask what result you want. Ask what habit is producing the result you already have. Do not only ask why your life has not changed. Ask what repeated behavior keeps holding it in place. Because your habits are quietly telling the truth. They reveal what you worship, what you protect, what you avoid, what you tolerate. If you want a different life, stop focusing on the outcome and start rebuilding the habits. Change what you repeat. Change what you allow in your mornings. Change the small choices that seem too minor to matter, because they are not minor. They are votes. They are bricks. They are the invisible architecture of your future. And every day you are building either the old life again or the new one. So build carefully. Build quietly. Build with patience. Build the system. Protect the habit. Cast the vote. Keep showing up until the identity begins to harden. And one day, the result will look sudden to everyone else. But you will know the truth. It was not sudden. It was repeated. It was paid for every single day, in delayed gratification, in quiet discipline, in choices that looked invisible until they became undeniable. That is the power of habits. They do not just change what you do, they change who you are. And once who you are begins to change, the life around you has no choice but to follow.